Last night's attack here along the Vegas Strip is the worst U.S. shooting in modern history.
We started seeing people fall to the ground, and we turned to run, and he just wrapped his arms around me from behind, and I felt him get shot almost instantly. I felt like I was in the middle of a war zone, but I'm not a soldier. So I was just screaming for somebody to help me. I'm Sonny Melton. I'm a survivor of the Route 91 Harvest Festival Las Vegas shooting. Sonny and I met, maybe not in the most romantic way, but it was at a bar. And he said that he saw me, and as soon as he saw me, that I stole his soul. Sonny and I came out to Las Vegas for the Route 91 Harvest Festival. We really like live music, and you know, I'm always trying to get up to the front as far as I can, and he would just follow behind me. And so we were kind of doing that, and I heard those first couple shots. It was like kind of like three, like pop, pop, pop. I looked at him and I said, "Gee, was that a gun?" He said, "I think it's just like fireworks or something, you know." And then the next round came, which was much, much longer. I said, "Let's get down on the ground." And he said, "No, we'll get trampled." I mean, there were 25,000 people in that venue. So we turned to run, and he just wrapped his arms around me from behind, and I felt him get shot almost instantly. And we fell to the ground. I could just feel like ricochet and debris and stuff from the bullets all around me. And I was just kind of waiting to get shot myself, you know, and you don't know when it's going to end. I was doing CPR on him, and he started bleeding from his mouth. And shots were still going on, like all around me, and people were yelling at me to get down. And finally it stopped. And I was screaming for somebody to help me. Two guys came out and took him to the back of a truck with another man who was shot. And we drove to the hospital. We were the first to arrive there. The nursing staff and the hospital staff there had no idea that this had even occurred. Nobody knew, the world didn't know yet. They took him into a trauma room and started their resuscitation measures, but it didn't last very long. And they just came out and said, "You know, your husband, we tried." And they let me go in there for a little bit and see him. But there were more people coming in at that point. There was only 4 or 5 of us in the beginning. But by the time I came out of there, there were hundreds of people in there with people they loved. So many young people, it's just horrible. I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. To me, grief is like a tattoo on my soul, like it's just there. It'll never go away. I find happiness in things, but like real joy, I don't know if I've gotten there yet. I had joy before that day, definitely. The last picture we took that night, he kind of lit up a room. When you'd go in, he was always smiling, so that's what people remember the most about him, was his smile. One thing when this first happened is I made a very conscious effort not to have any hatred in my heart for the shooter or for anybody. Anger and hatred like hurts me more than it hurts the person. The shooter's dead. It does nothing to him for me to feel anger towards him except for hurt me. Just let it go, because it's not worth it. This is from his mother. She sent him a letter. There's a letter from his father on here. I don't know where to put everything. I wanted to try to put things that were symbolic of who he was. So the stethoscope for the nursing, and the duck call, and you know, just the pictures with the people he loved, so that people who didn't get the chance to know him could have a little peek into his life and understand who he was. Going through a process like this is one day at a time. I feel like I'm always on the edge of breakdown emotionally. It's just kind of there under the surface, and there's good days and there's bad days. But I think the thing that I draw my strength from the most is that I know my husband would not want me to quit living. I want to quit living sometimes. There's many mornings I wake up and think I'd rather not get up, but he would want me to keep on going. He lost his life saving me, and he didn't do that, so I would sit in my room and not come out. Honestly, I thought I'd never come back here, but it turned out that, you know, all these friends who are my friends since October 1st, who kind of taken me under their wing, were coming here for a concert. And I thought maybe I should go out there and try to see if it brings any closure, any kind of peace, you know, to be out here. It's not easy. It's never easy. But in some ways, I think it's probably good. You know, if you lose somebody, it's tragic and hard. But if you also stop living, 2 people died that day.
Hello Today fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.